Hi everyone, this is Amrita here. I'm really excited about today's video because we're going to be showing you how to use a styrofoam board as a reflector and as a cutter to create a variety of images in your client gallery. So what we've essentially done is taken the 4x6 styrofoam board and covered it with black chart paper. You can even use cloth if you want to, but this just seems a little more fitted. We're going to be flipping sides to see how each of them can help add light or cut light from each of our images today. So we're going to be starting this by taking a picture of this beautiful mama model here, Ansi. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to be taking a portrait with one light with the extra large Pro Photo modifier that's going to spill light all across the backdrop here. So we're going to start there and then take it forward by showing you how to use the cutter to cut light and to add light. So let's begin. The cutter to actually cut this light and give us somewhat of a shadow on the floor as well as darken our backdrop. Alright, so we're going to place the entire board between the light and the mount, which is basically called a go-between or a gobo. We're going to use it as a gobo and place and cut enough light so as to make sure that there's light falling on the model but just at the edge. Now we're going to adjust the light a little bit as well. If you take a look at the light falling on the thermocol or the styrofoam board and the line of shadow right behind it, we're going to shift that shadow out a little more center by pushing the light in further. Now I'm going to try taking a picture or two. This is lovely. So what really happens in these images is that you start to get a darker shadow on the backdrop. It's not as brightly lit as it was before. And I love the line of shadow starting with the styrofoam board. Based on how we position the light and the foam board. A second very interesting way to use the styrofoam board is to use it as a way to cut light even from different poses as well. So we're going to change the pose right now and see what we can do very interestingly with it. We're going to be sitting down on the floor. So I'm going to have you place your hip on this side and stretch your legs out this way. So I'm going to have you sit down first. Okay. Now we're going to take a picture without the styrofoam board and it's beautiful. That's great. Now we're going to insert the styrofoam board the same way we did when she was standing. So touch them the same exact insertion. Hold on. Yes, turn inward some more. Inward some more. Inward some more. Perfect. Okay. And that's one. So what we've done is we inserted the styrofoam board just enough to cause a little shadow on the right side of the backdrop, and that's going to darken further. Rashta, insert it further in. Bring it in towards me some more. Yeah, and in again. That's it. And mommy looking down at your left hand. That's it. Now, this particular setup, what we've done is, since we have the model sitting down and the light falling on her, the light's bound to spill on the backdrop as well. So as a way to cut light from spilling on the backdrop, we place the cutter this way and we're going to tilt it inward so as to prevent any light from falling on the backdrop. This isolates the subject from the backdrop, making her stand out and really pop. That's it. Rashta, go a little lower. That's it, yeah. And mommy looking here, big smiles here. So we've seen how to use a styrofoam board as a go-between or a gobo for two different lighting styles and different poses accompanying it. But now I'm going to show you how I use the styrofoam board with the white and the black side as a reflector and as a negative fill. The difference can be observed if you look at the image very closely. So let's get to it. Light falling on the backdrop also reflects back onto the dress. It's beautiful. You can see the light smiling. Hold on. Yeah, that's it. And one looking at the camera. Yeah. It's a beautiful shot. I love how the entire image is really well lit with all the shadows filled in. Now we're going to reverse this. By using the darker side of the styrofoam, we're essentially filling in shadows on the image. Alright, so this negative fill will give you a higher contrast and higher shadow region in your images. And looking at the light, yeah. That's beautiful. So if you look at these two images, you can clearly see the difference between the shadow region on the back as well as the reflected region from earlier. This tells you how you can use styrofoam in very different ways to sort of create some interesting tonality images and mood changes in your portraits. While there's no right or wrong way to do this, it's really about experimenting by moving the styrofoam board closer and further away, figuring out what it does for your images, and then deciding where you'd like to use them. But beyond this, think about using different elements in your photo shoots to actually add value to create variety. The more you play, the more images you can try to attempt and get. Alright, I hope this video was helpful to you. This go-between has been a huge savior to us in many ways because it's helped us create a huge variety of images for our clients, and we hope it helps you too. Stay tuned for our next video. We'll be back.